lesson number 36. In lesson number 35, I showed some non-tactical games played by shogi sets. And in this one, I'm going to show you some other tactical games played with a shogi set. And also funny rule variants of shogi. Okay, the first one is Hasami-Shogi, Pincer Shogi. This is the initial setup of Pincer Shogi. Sente uses the pawns, and Gote uses the promoted pawns. And each of them moves as a rook. Okay? And basically what you do in Pincer Shogi is you try to put your opponent's piece between your pieces like this. And when you've pinched it, you can capture it. However, when you go between his pieces yourself, it won't be taken. So this is a pretty good move because it threats this and this at the same time. You can also take 2 or more pieces at a time, like this. And at the corner, you can capture it like this, or this, or this. Oh, there's no drop nor promotion in Pincer Shogi, of course. And the player who first captured 5 pieces or more wins the game. Alright, next one is this. It's 4-player shogi. Actually, you need 2 sets of shogi pieces to play it. You need 4 kings, 4 rooks, 8 goals, etc. The rules are basically similar to shogi rules. So you can promote in the farmost 3 ranks from each player, and you can drop captured pieces. Now, let's letter the player by A, B, C, and D for now. The game goes in clockwise order. So after A plays, B, and then C. But when you make a check, the turn will jump to the player whose king is checked. So C deals with it. And then D plays. And A. And also, if you make a double check or more, it goes in clockwise order. So B deals with it, and then D. And after that, you play. And when the king is mated, you see it's a mate. He flips over the king. Player D flips over his king. And it will remain there as an obstacle square. And his pieces in hand now belong to the player who made the checkmate. And moreover, his pieces on the board also belong to player B. So he can move player D's pieces on his turn. The orientation of the pieces remain to be that of player D. Okay? And also, there's a doubles game. In doubles, A and C will be teamed up, and B and D will be the other team. You must not make a check to your partner. But when player B moved this piece and made a discovery check with your piece, it's okay, because it's not you that made the check, it's him. And in doubles, the game ends when one player is mated. His team loses the game. Alright, now let's go to a bit ridiculous but pretty exciting rule variants of shogi. Let's begin with this An-nan Shogi. This is the initial setup. In An-nan Shogi, when you have 2 pieces sit vertically right next to each other, the front piece moves as the back piece. So that's why we put these pawns 1 step forward at the setup. If it's here, it can promote in the first move because it can move as a rook. So, in the setup, this rook can only move as a knight. And now it can move only as a pawn. So, maybe you should go this and this, And now it can move as a rook. If you move it to here, now it threatens this. So he should defend there by this, for instance. He not only defends here by the gold, but also by this gold move of the pawn. See? Oh, and there are special rules though. You still can't make two pawns in a file. So you can't do this, even if it can move to there. And also, these pieces are okay in An-nan Shogi because they can move if another piece comes behind them. See? And you see, if a bishop was here and a silver was here, it's mate in one. You know why? Because this silver can move as a bishop, so checkmate. Because the king can only move as a knight. See? Oh, and we also have unmate problems here. If this was a normal shogi, you can't mate this. But in An-nan Shogi, this is mate in 7. If it goes this way, it's a checkmate, because this king is a pawn. So he goes this way, and now what? You move this gold, and it's a check. This knight is a gold now, and checkmate by the knight's move. See, it's interesting. Alright, the next one is concealed shogi. First you set up the pawns, and then you put a screen here so that your opponent can't see your pieces. And then you place the other pieces behind the pawns in any way you like. So probably you want to make an anaguma. And let's pile up the attackers in the center and the knights also aiming at the center, and bishop. And after you set up, you remove the screen and start the game with normal shogi rules. Oh, your opponent is already locking on to your king. Big trouble. It's pretty exciting. Now I'll show you a very interesting one. Disguised shogi. In this game, you decide which piece you give the role of the king to. And you tell a third person which piece it is without your opponent knowing it. Or maybe you can just write it on a paper without him seeing it. And then you play. Let's suppose this rook and this gold are the real kings. But they don't know what each other's king is. Now look at this position. Well, you can attack even by a king, because it's not a real king, and, well, you can take it. And it even goes to the opponent's piece stand. Now, it's a check, but in this rule, he doesn't have to remove the check. I mean, if he did, you would know it's a king. And it'll be, see, checkmated, right? So he can leave it that way. Maybe he'll attack like this and drops a king. Well, he suspects that rook or the lance here might be the real king. Oh, and here, maybe he can pretend that this lance is the real king and make you believe is removing the check and make you go after the lance. But if you take it, well, you're trapped. It's interesting, isn't it? And also we have another rule variant, cylinder shogi, where the board is like a cylinder and these edges are connected. So castling in anaguma is pointless because it'll be mated very easily. You see, it's a checkmate. And you see, in this case, he can't remove this check by blocking it. Because the rook is checking from this way too. So it's a very interesting game. See? Now I know this video is getting more and more stupid, but we also have capital returning shogi. In this rule, you must not have 5 or more pieces in hand. So in this rule, let's say he has already 3 pieces in hand, and let's say you have a gold here. Well, at this position, you should go this. And if he takes it, it's mate in 1. Golden head. He can't take it because it's gonna be the 5th piece in his hand. A ridiculous rule, but it's pretty fun. There are many other rule variants of shogi, but I think I'll just stop here. So thanks for watching. See you.